Hello, everybody. Right, let's wait a minute whilst you hop on. Let me know how your morning's going. Well, it's nearly lunchtime here. Sorry, we're a little bit later today. I had a client, so that's why I'm a little bit later this morning. Hello, Jennifer, my lovely. How are you? So I wanted to talk about this morning a bit about my personal life, and that's what I'm actually going to be doing more of, just bringing my personal experiences to you all, what I learned from them, so that you can use them in your own life. Just take what you can from them so that you're able to make whatever changes that you need to make in your own. Okay, because I do call it morning inspiration. And I know that I listen to a lot of other people, whether it be friends, family, other coaches, and I read a lot, and I take a lot of, I make a lot of changes in my own life from the inspiration that I get from other people. And the thing is, it's life experience that teaches us. It's not normally sometimes, although textbooks can help and that, but I found that it's life experience that teaches. So I'm going to be bringing to you a bit more about me. So I was reflecting the other day about, hello, Vicky. I don't see you often enough in here, but hey, I know you're busy as well, my love, as you know, a lot of us are. So yeah, I was reflecting the other day about how oh, I'm laughing at you because you've used the word ma'am, and I have to admit I like being called that. I love hearing like the dialects and the different words that other people use. I love it. Anyway, and I do actually get asked quite a bit about, like, was there like one big light bulb moment that led me here, things like that. And I often say, no, it wasn't. It was always the hitting rock bottom time and time and time and time again that led me here. And it wasn't actually being in my pain and realizing in my pain, oh, this doesn't feel good. So I know straight away what it is that I need to do to get me to a certain point. It never was anything like that. It was always in kind of the getting back up, doing something to not make me feel that way again, that led me to making those changes. Okay. But today I'm going to use like a specific example, okay, to hopefully jig around a few cogs in your own brain that will hopefully help you reflect on times in your own life that make you think, okay, that is actually my intuition, okay? Because often we don't know the difference between what is our intuition and what is our fear. So therefore, we don't know how to act upon our intuition and then ignore fear, okay? Or take action from intuition and take action from fear, okay? And this is why we end up staying stuck, because we don't know what it is to do, okay? So when I first met my ex-husband, and that relationship, to cut a long story short, ended up being toxic. What I mean by toxic is, I mean emotionally controlling. Even though I ended up having 2 children with him, it ended up being emotionally controlling. I ended up being raped, and I didn't even know actually at the time that I ended up being raped and that sort of thing. Rape isn't something that can be physically violent, things like that. You know, it just ended up being very, very toxic. But when I first met him, it was when I was a nurse assistant. I already had very low self-esteem. So at that point in time, I was seeking outside validation of myself. I didn't realize at the time that I was prepared to basically if someone said something to me that was nice, I was like, oh, this must mean that I'm a very, very nice person. I'm a good person. So therefore I would like just suck that up. You know, that was good. Therefore, you know, I'm going to draw that person into my life. Okay. Because I had no concept of doing or feeling anything for myself. So, Tuesdays and Fridays I do individual cards, my love, Amy. So, and because we met on a night shift, me and my ex-husband, and he brought this patient in, and we just started chatting because I would chat to anybody. And I was friendly, and I would basically chat to anybody because I just wanted attention, basically. And I wanted attention, and I would try and get attention because I just wanted to feel good. And when I had positive attention, it would fill me up, okay? And he gave me that attention. And I remember he gave me his telephone number. And I have to admit, there was no chemistry. I did not find him attractive whatsoever. And I joke now it was because it was a night shift. It was dark. I couldn't see what I was doing. You know, sometimes we have to make light of the situation. And I agreed to go out on a date with him, even though the conversations that we had, I did not find intellectually stimulating at all. But here was someone giving me attention. So I thought, oh, I must be a good person. I must be a worthy person. Okay. It meant something to me to have attention, because my self-esteem was totally low. I did not know. It was low because I did not know what it meant to build a relationship up with myself. Okay. I didn't realize at the time that I was seeking outside validation to build me up. This is why I harp on a lot about self-care, okay, and the relationship that you have with yourself. Okay, anyway. A week went by and he started to like phone me, and I'm talking like to arrange his first date, okay? And I was busy getting ready for work, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And at this point in time, I was in a bed sit. And this is why I teach money in abundance, because I was in a bed sit with my 1-year-old daughter. I had already just gotten out of a really bad relationship, toxic, addictive relationship with someone. I'd been moved into a communal bed sit with my 1-year-old daughter. I was already trying to seek another relationship because I was scared stiff to be on my own. I was not prepared to be on my own because I thought to be loved meant having someone in my life, not working on the relationship with myself. You know, I was living in fear, basically. And what I mean by fear means not being prepared to love myself, okay? Dave, I think you're in the wrong group, my lovely. Okay, so fear essentially means seeking outside validation, okay? Doing things from ego, and I was definitely doing all the wrong actions. So I was in this bed set with my 1-year-old daughter, and I was having missed call after missed call after missed call from this bloke I accepted this telephone number off of. And my stomach was going over and over and over again. It was tightening up. Okay, this is why I say to you that spirit will send you messages through your body. Okay, that's how they connect to you. Your intuition is connected to you through your physical body. And I was ignoring that completely. Okay, my physical did not feel good at all. My stomach was tightening up. with each missed phone call, and I was ignoring these phone calls, okay? I was ignoring these phone calls, and I was ignoring the tightening in my stomach, okay? And I remember looking out of the kitchen window in this bedsit, going, oh God, do I have to respond to the call? And then my mind was going, but Trude, you're being really, really shallow. You probably don't want to take these calls because actually you don't find him attractive. And that limiting belief, you don't find him attractive, came from being told as a child, oh, but you're vain for looking at yourself in the mirror, for trying to make yourself feel good and look good, which was a form of self-care, because I'd been told that I was vain for trying to make myself feel good in terms of self-care. Okay, so I'd pushed that thought aside. Okay, that was spirit trying to talk to me. Okay, and then again, my stomach knotted up, Spirit again trying to talk to me through my body when that missed phone call from him came again, trying to fix that date. Okay. This is what I mean. Spirit will talk to you through your physical body. They will talk to you in all sorts of different ways. Your physical body, your intuition knows 10 steps ahead of what your mind will ever tell you. Okay? My mind was going, oh, but Trude, you're being shallow. Trude, you're being shallow. It's because there's no chemistry. Well, those thoughts had developed because of a limiting belief that had developed because I'd been told all my life that I was vain for looking in the mirror at myself. Because as I'd been growing up, I had tried to give myself a form of self-care. I had been trying to build myself up physically. This is why I promote it now, self-care. It's not wrong at all. Okay. And then spirit again are trying to give me physical signs through the body that actually, no, this is not good for you. This is a person that's not good for you. Your body is trying to tell you something. Hi, Tina. But I completely ignored it. And then my brain was going, oh, Trude, you're just being shallow. And then eventually I picked up the phone and arranged a date. And then we went out, and my body continued to give me those messages that did not feel good. And I shut my brain down. I just completely shut down. And eventually, those physical feelings in my body also shut down, because that's another thing. When you stop listening, spirit will shut down as well. Okay. And then what continued to happen as well was quite a few years of very harsh lessons. And I got those lessons through some very painful experiences with him. Now, although I learned a lot through some very painful experiences, like I said previously, there was rape and things like that, and things like that, I did learn compassion. I did learn strength. I did learn to get out of situations that were painful, so that I'm able to teach other people and give people the space to do the same. So nothing's ever wasted. But what it did teach me is, so essentially ignoring my intuition did eventually teach me what my intuition was, because at the time I didn't actually realize that that was my intuition. And now I'm able to actually teach people, okay, that is what fear is. That is what your intuition is. Okay. That is what connecting to your spirit is. That is what it isn't. Okay. But all too often, we ignore what our intuition is because we actually think that the limiting beliefs that we form in our mind are doing us a favor. We think that we're wrong, okay? We think that we're being judgmental when we're not, okay? We think that how we feel, how we intuitively feel, is actually the part of us that's being judgmental when it's not. I thought the feelings that I was having in my body were the parts of me that were being judgmental towards this person, and it wasn't at all. It was all the limiting beliefs that I had in my mind. Okay? That was what was wrong. Okay? That was what was all the untruths. It was the feelings in my body that I should have been paying attention to. Now, it's not to say that it was wasted, because it taught me some really valuable lessons that I'm able to now support other people to. This is why I say there are always blessings in pain. Okay? Nothing in this life is ever wasted at all. Okay? But it's how we use them. Okay? And I actually do have, I'm actually really lucky now, and I'm blessed that I do have a very civil relationship with him now, okay, for the sake of our children, which is really, really positive. So I would ask you to really, in any given situation, okay, take a breather, tap into how your body feels. Does your body feel tense? Okay. Does it feel constricted? Okay. Or does it feel relaxed? Does it feel at peace? Is it actually giving you any feedback at all? And then go up to your mind and then ask it, what feedback at all is it giving you? Is the feedback you're getting from your mind and your body in sync? Okay. Because at that time, when I was getting all those missed calls, my body and my mind were completely in opposition. My body felt tense, okay? And my mind was in complete opposition to my body. It was trying to override what my body was saying, okay? And then I went completely against what my body was trying to tell me. So, in terms of any change you're trying to make, or a decision that you feel pushed into making, listen to your body first, okay? If your body does not feel good, that is spirit talking to you, okay? Spirit is within you, okay? Spirit is not some like woo-woo type of thing, okay? Although some people try to think that it is, but it's not. Spirit is your higher self, okay? It's like your psychic barometer is how I like to call it, okay? It's your guidance system, okay? It knows even before your mind does, okay? So give it a chance to give you that guidance tool, okay? And then go up to your mind, okay? And then ask it, all right? Because I didn't. So when was it? 8 years ago. 8 years ago I met him. I didn't. Oh my God, I can't believe it was that long ago. Bloody hell. So it's just dawned on me. It was that long ago. Crikey. Because it doesn't feel that long ago. It doesn't. Crikey. Wow. It doesn't feel that long ago. And that's the thing. You have the power within you all the time. All the time. And we're not giving ourselves enough credit to ignite our intuition and the tools within us. Okay? We always think that something outside of us, someone else has the tools. Yes, we may need someone else to support us, okay, like a coach or somebody else. We may need someone else to just guide us, but ultimately it's you that goes ahead and makes those decisions and takes that leap of faith, okay? Kerry, my lovely, but why? Yeah, it's awareness, but why do you think your instincts are wrong? But it's like I have a lady at the moment. She said that her intuition is wrong, but sometimes you need to take that step towards your intuition, okay? And sometimes you think your intuition is wrong, but sometimes you needed that extra step in order to have someone go, okay, I just needed that. Let me think how I can put this a little bit more clearly. Sometimes you need that little bit more proof that someone perhaps wasn't the right person for you, or a situation was not the right thing for you, okay? So that you could make up your mind, okay? So where you possibly think that your intuition was wrong, it is right, okay? Your instincts are always right, always right. It's just lining up your mind with your intuition. That's why actually going back to childhood, uncovering what your limiting beliefs are, will help you to get some more clarity on what your intuition is, okay, and what it's telling you, okay? Because actually our conditioning and how those beliefs are formed will actually also affect your intuition a lot. Because if you've got a lot of thoughts going on in there, a lot of limiting beliefs going on, it's going to make it even more for you to trust your instincts as well and to trust your intuition. Okay? Because your intuition and your instincts could be telling you a lot of things. But if you're full of fear, you're full of anxiety, and you're full of depression, okay, because of the beliefs that you hold, then of course it's going to make it even harder for you to trust your instincts and to believe that your instincts are right. I know it's because for years and years and years and years, I did not trust mine at all, even when I thought I was doing the right thing. Not only in relationships, but in work and things like this. So, and people could have told me till I was blue in the face and be like, well, no, because I've done this wrong and I've done that wrong. And, you know. Cinnamon, yes, my love, you are amazing at guiding other people and things like that. Yeah, definitely. But that's because when we give it for someone else, I mean, I'm definitely becoming so much better at doing it for myself as well, because I'm learning to act on my fear. The best way to cut fear out is to take action on it. But when we're connecting to someone else, and this is why we're so good at giving advice for other people, it's because we are not subject to their fear. We're not subject to their ego. We're not necessarily in that space. We haven't taken on all their limiting beliefs. That's why we're better at giving that advice to someone else, okay? But the reason we struggle with acting on our own intuition is because we're basically holding on to all those limiting beliefs, and it basically clouds our better judgment. It clouds our intuition. Holding on to all our fear and all those limiting beliefs basically is like a blanket over our intuition, okay? And that is why spirit, sorry, I've just got to plug in my laptop. That's why spirit basically, that's why spirit encourage us to get into a place of feeling calm. They encourage you to feel joyful. They encourage you to do forms of self-care, okay, and feel happy, because it helps you to raise your vibration, okay? Because when you're feeling happy and joyful and calm, you're not in that place of ego, you're not in that place of fear. So your judgment and that, it doesn't feel clouded. That's when you're most connected to your intuition, okay? So that's why most of us are so, many of us are so anxious, because we forget to self-care, okay? Because the majority of people, I know this from past experience, the majority of people that do not do regular forms of self-care, okay, are not in that vibration of joy, love, happiness, peace. And they are connected to those that have trouble connecting to their intuition, okay? And that's why it's all connected. So that's why it is the biggest advice, the biggest advice I give, self-care. Self-care. It's in all my coaching programs, in absolutely everything. Self-care, self-care, self-care. And self-care isn't just about going shopping, okay? Taking yourself out on dates, okay? Self-care are forms of grounding and protecting yourself, okay? It is setting boundaries. It is saying no to that which doesn't serve you. It is about taking care of your energy, okay? It's about saying yes to you. And actually, those are the things that we struggle with the most, okay? Especially if you've been in abusive relationships, okay? Setting boundaries is a thing that a lot of us really, really struggle with, okay? I've been in a couple of really, really abusive relationships, okay? And it went from where I had been like the taker, okay? Being quite controlling because I was scared of people taking from me, okay? Not just physically, but emotionally. From overgiving, because I thought if I overgave, then people can take from me. Less chance of someone taking advantage, okay? So setting boundaries is really, really important, and that's a form of self-care, okay? It's the most important form of self-care, and a lot of people really struggle to do that. So when I'm promoting my program, how to connect to your spirit guides and mediumship, people think I'm talking about helping them to kind of like talk to their loved ones and things like that. But what they don't realize, I'm actually, to do that, you need to be able to understand the relationship with yourself, because if you don't understand the relationship with yourself and the spirit that you have with yourself, because it's all about love, you're going to really, really struggle to connect with the spirit that you have with outside of yourself, okay? Because essentially spirit is pure positive energy, and they are not going to bring themselves down to a low vibrational level, okay, for us to hear them, okay? We need to bring our energy levels up, okay, so that we can hear them through the various senses, okay? They're always around us. Yeah, Kerry. Okay. And the thing is, we don't forget that, Kerry, do we? We don't forget how it feels, okay? We don't forget the effects it has on us or anything like that. So, and that's why they're, in a lot of the messages that I bring through, a lot of it is about self-love, self-care, because they want so much for us to get into alignment. And alignment is very much kind of being able for us to have whatever it is that we want, which is abundance. And abundance, can I just say, is not money. But the thing is, we equate it with money because of the feeling that it gives us. But the thing is, money is the quick fix. But we have to get to the feeling. It's the feeling, always, always, always. So anyway, going back to intuition, okay? What I would say first is self-care. Do one thing for yourself, okay? That feels good, okay? And it can be anything. If you really struggle in this area, start small, okay? Because if you're thinking of like big things, you're gonna become overwhelmed, okay? And that doesn't help you, because if you think big, all those ego thoughts are going to come in. Like, you're going to start to judge yourself. You're going to feel guilty, okay? And then you're going to set up a vicious cycle of fear thoughts, okay? And you don't want that. You don't want to set up a shit ton of negativity within your mind, okay? So start small. What will help you to feel nice today? Okay, and then give yourself a pat on the back, celebrate yourself for that. What's one thing that you can do today that's nice, okay? And then listen to how your body feels, okay? But what's really important is that you're consistent with that, okay? Because you do it once, it feels good, and then you leave it at that, and then you don't do it again, okay? And that's the problem. We're not consistent enough, and you will only see positive change in your life if you're consistent with it, okay? So be consistent, okay? Because there's no point in blaming another person for what isn't going right in our lives, okay? Because the power isn't held in someone else's hands for what isn't going right or wrong in our lives. It's always within ours, okay? I mean, I've had a lot of shit happen in my life, okay? But I know that it's up to me to take responsibility for how I perceive it and how I take action on it, okay? So do something nice for you today. It will help you to be able to differentiate how you can use your intuition. What is fear and what is intuition, okay? Because when you're feeling good, it helps you to discern clarity, okay? And do it every day. If you want more individual support so that you can really start to see those changes, make those changes, okay, then head to my website. I think I did put it in the bio. I can't remember what I said. Anyway, all right. But I'm here most mornings and there is my free coaching group anyway, called Angelic Soul Spiritual Coaching. Anyway, so you're more than welcome to join that. I'm not here tomorrow morning because I've actually got one of my private coaching clients I'm meeting her for the first time in person tomorrow. I'm so chuffed about that. Yeah, she's actually coming from across the globe to meet me. So anyway, lots of love, and thank you to those that came on to say hello. I'm going to finish my cup of tea. So anyway, I was meant to be kind of cutting down on the caffeine, and here I am drinking tea. Anyway, I'll try and have a herbal tea after. Anyway, I will be on tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening, doing angel cards. I normally do them in the morning, but tomorrow morning I'm okay. Anyway, lots of love everybody, and do something nice for you. Okay, bye.